Crushing opposition seems a little after me. Never knew when I'd make this large of a beat. Continue to shred sounds and beats like me, yeah. I'm the sound of preacher. Never mock a dance or preacher. Hoping to have fans or in the beaches. Can never be referred to as a cheater.
Sex is a drug and I can't get enough. Living on the streets like there's always been a rough. No face star room, I can never give a fuck. Catch me in the house, no lights, smoking pot. Cause ever since a kid, life has always been savage. Living in a world full of monsters and madness. Raised with a hope of a life that is lavish. My dream turned from beauty to a scene that is tragic.
I think I'm jumbling words.
Yeah. I hope you believe me when I tell you I ain't sleazy, I ain't cheesy. None of that when I'm breezing like the Wheezy. Hips to look away, nah, that's not me, man. Got the whole fam in the backseat relaxing. Just got to the post, I'm faxing. Nah, fuck that shit's lagging. Just check my bags in on that flight. Call me Aladdin. No carpet, pumping through like Madden. Just drop your boyfriend off at the trash can. Didn't have to happen, it's all a habit. Mellow X just gotta have it. Booty so fine, looks like I gotta slap it. Life is all mine for the grabbing. White boy who knew he'd be trapping. Take your breath away, look at you gasping and grasping for a way out of the world I've established. You trap bitch, going out for lunch, no slapfish. It's tragic, you sitting in your room, making nothing happen. And the fact is, you can't imagine all the clashing. And then up with the opposite of a famine. Got the whole famine to the show. With a little touch of magic, poof, there he goes. No more distractions. For last, he's all alone. Yeah, he's all alone.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this Champ Select.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm ES Atlas, and this is Vivek.
ES Vivek, welcome to the third annual Reverie eSports League of Legends Open. And this first game will be between Team Erad and Enigma eSports. As we start off with these bands, we have Vayne banned out on the purple side, and Alistar is the first band for Team Erad. So, you know, Irla band also, focusing on that top lane. And, not much that you can tell right here. Probably just some focus bans onto the players as we get into this game.
Okay, my bad. I messed up with the champ select a little bit. Just fixed it. All right, so as we can see, the pick ban going on. There's Alistar, Irla, two very potent picks.
Yeah, Shyvana's also going to be banned out here. Pretty strong on this current patch right now with the Devour, a lot of on-hit in her kit, so they don't want that to be given away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm guessing with the bans in these type of amateur tournaments, a lot of them are usually target bans, so probably we'll be seeing a lot of that. Sivir taken out, very strong in a team setting, so doesn't want that utility to be given away.
Yeah, great pick to be taken away. Just in general, when she's picked, you know the composition that will be built around that. So taking that off the table will allow for a lot more interesting team comps.
And we'll see what Erad decides to first pick here, because they did take away that Sivir, so they were not looking for that.
Rumble ban.
Power pick, yeah, Rumble ban in the top lane, quite interesting. Is very strong in team scenario.
Very potent. We gotta see what the first pick is gonna be. Definitely gonna pick up that power pick Nautilus.
Most likely gonna be going to support here, but very good to leave that open with the draft, banning out that All-Star and keeping that open, giving them one of the highest tier supports right now. So very good pick on the blue side.
Yeah, the Nautilus. You also have the comfortability to flex that pick into jungle, into top, as well into support. We'll see what they can respond with. The hover over the Gnar, that's always a great pick.
And that's going to be a Gnar and a Zac. So a very fat front line coming out of Enigma eSports right here with that Gnar. A bit unreliable for an engaged tool, but Zac very solid for engaging. So good initiation option so far for Enigma eSports. As the singed hover, not quite sure if we're going to be seeing that, but always a possibility. As Gragas also is looking to be taken. Fizz going to be now the hover. I would imagine Fizz a little bit better here. He can really bully that Gnar out with his gap closers and the ability to jump on him and take Ignite also when he's in mini Gnar form. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I just got to expect them to lock in that Gragas. That's a great pick. Great pick into Zac as well, because he matches the tankiness and also provides a lot of utility for the team. I mean, the Fizz as well, that's always a great.
Completely quiet compared to Atlas. Hello. Okay, so guys, my microphone was very low. I'm sorry. Should be better now, I believe.
You change it. I think it's coming through the. Oh, I know what I here. Let me fix this. It's in Skype.
Okay.
Here, keep talking.
Okay, is this better?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, just some beginning mistakes, guys. This is our first time casting in this tournament, but everything should be working out from here on out. So we have the Gragas picked in and the Fizz also locked. No Ignite yet on that summoner, so curious about that one. As we see Ashe Bard, Ashe Braum rather, pretty strong lane in the bot lane. A lot of CC, a lot of kill potential at 6, and yeah, Braum just gonna try to keep that Ashe alive against that Nautilus. So
yeah, definitely.
We'll see what Erad decides to round out their comp with right here. They still have their mid laner and support to be picked.
I mean, with those first 3 picks, the Nautilus, Fizz, and Gragas, they have nearly a trifecta of power picks in this meta right now. I mean,
when there's the Azir lock-in.
Azir on this patch, he is nerfed quite a bit, but he's still been putting up a lot of numbers, a lot of great numbers in recent games. So we'll see what they can respond with. They were definitely leaving that last pick to counterpick the mid lane.
Yeah, leaving that mid lane open. So let's see. They can get a favorable matchup right here against this Azir. The Ezreal also going to be locked in as the ADC pickup, actually, for the side of Erad. So a little bit weird, but Ezreal does have a great all-in and very safe laning phase. So
Yeah,
good
definitely.
pickup right there. And Orianna, the hover, and that will be picked. So a lot of engage options right here for Enigma. I mean, so, you know, we have the Zac, the bald Zac into Shockwave that they could possibly look for. We could have a Gnar initiation. Still needs to be louder. Okay, yo, could you raise my mic up just a bit?
Yes,
The
I
volume
can.
in. Perfect, perfect. So, yeah, so I mean, basically, what we're gonna probably be seeing here is a lot of the initiation for Enigma will most likely be a Zac ball, you know, into a Shockwave. Ash Arrow also great for picks. Gnar a little bit less reliable with that engage, but also could really be a good engage tool to follow up with that Shockwave. And yeah, I mean, with the other team, they have a lot of great engage options too. So it's really gonna be the pressure on the team that gets ahead right here to push their advantage with all the engage options in this game. So we'll see how that goes as we get into this game.
Yep, definitely. Both team comps are quite well rounded out. There's a lot of possibilities for team fights when that happens.
Yeah.
So we are going into the delay right now. I'm going to throw it over to the waiting screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I mean, you see both these teams. I heard one of the, yes, actually, number one seed right now. So like they picked up some great picks,
Yeah.
and I mean I have yet to actually finish the last tournament, the VOD on Twitch, but I mean in the meantime I'm gonna just do some shout outs.
Yeah, get some plugs going. So, guys, we are, of course, extremely sorry. Me and I'm Vivek, and this is Atlas casting alongside me. So, if you guys are interested in some of our content, you can check this out at Twitch TV / extremely sorry. We will be streaming there some solo queues, some ranked fives possibly tonight. So, come check that out.
Yeah, most likely we will be doing rank fives immediately after this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Looking to check that out. We are 7-0 right now,
Yeah,
undefeated. Undefeated.
doing quite well.
It doesn't look like we're going down anytime soon either.
As high as it goes, you sound like you're whispering. So, guys, I need to increase my volume. So, is that a little bit better right there?
Yeah, that's good.
That's better. Okay, so my bad on that, guys. First stream as us casting, so we're gonna have these growing pains as we move forward. But ES Atlas and ES Whisper. So, yeah, my bad. Just having a little bit of trouble with the audio settings, but we should have everything resolved now as we get into this game. Should have a really good one right here. Some great team comps picked right here. Pretty even draft too, I would say. No real noticeable advantages for either of these teams. So it really should come down to the outplay and just how these teams decide to take this game. I mean, possible lane swap could be coming in, but which team would initiate it? Still up in the air at this moment.
Yeah, it's definitely the question to ask. I mean, Ezreal Nautilus paired with any ADC is usually a very dynamite combo. So they're most likely looking for the 2v2. The Braum does provide a lot versus the Nautilus, with the shield and the stun passive. So it's looking pretty even. We're going to be going into loading screen very soon.
Here in a second. And, yeah, I mean, I think top lane will be quite difficult here for this Gnar. The Fizz with Ignite it really has a lot of bully potential, and Gnar is so weak early game that, we could be seeing some early kills go down or even some possible flashes, but it's like we're going to be heading into this loading screen right now. Okay, it's just coming up for me.
Same. I gotta. Oh. All right, my bad, guys. I'm just getting loading screen. All right.
We'll run down the teams when we get in game, but
Oh, in again. Okay.
And yeah, so as we look at the summoners across the map here, we actually see that Orianna took Ignite actually in this mid lane, so feeling really confident in her kill potential. Cleanse has been quite a popular summoner spell recently, but I guess not much you could cleanse there against the enemy team comp. Barry also would have been a great choice, but looking for that lane dominance that Ignite would bring, so some possible kill potential in the mid lane for Orianna.
Yeah, definite. And then the Fizz top lane with the TP Smite or TP Ignite. TP Ignite always always a threat, definite threat in the top lane. He can kill nearly any other top lane that he put in versus him. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
Great pick. But you know, as we were saying earlier, it is pretty 50-50 right now. There's no real advantage that comes up for either team. It's all going to be on
how they play this one out here. And
oh man.
everybody is hit 100%. Are you in game right now?
Yes.
I am still in loading screen, so okay, here we are. So welcome everybody to game 1, Erad versus Enigma eSports. So on the side of Erad, we have Andrade in the mid lane, Shoebomb as ADC, Kawaku as the top laner, Cloud Cows as support, and DLR in the jungle.
All right, I will call off the next team in a second. I had to fix up some audio settings. All right, as we get into game, which side did you call? You called.
I called Erad, so you have Enigma eSports to go.
Okay, Enigma eSports. You have Valor in the top lane playing Gnar. You have the third eye in the jungle, Rabbit in the mid lane, Ultra Assistor as ADC, and Fuhrer as the support.
And so here we go. Looks like Zir is going to face check this, but take a few autos, and it's going to back out there. Oh, it's like a continued engagement here. Both mid laners fully committing to this. Looks like we're going to have a full-on scrap as Braum comes up. And looks like he's going to turn away, so we'll see if they get it back in. Yeah, it looks like they're both going to queue up their backs and get right back to the lane. No problems there.
Yep, right back to lane. It's convenient right before the time where you might not have enough time to come back to lane, but as many level 1 scraps go, they
not much turned out of that. And yeah, I mean, quite interestingly, actually, this Braum did not go fully into the utility side of the mastery page, so probably going quite heavily into that defensive. Going to have a lot of early stats from that. You can tell this, of course, because you have 3 potions rather than 4.
Yep, definitely.
And it looks like both teams opting into standard lanes here, so we're going to have pretty normal game.
Pretty 2v2, yeah. I mean, you see the Zac with the Pepto-Bismol skin right now. And honestly, every time I see it, I just love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, looking pretty fantastic in that jungle. And we see the Gragas starting topside, so reverse starts for these junglers. Going to be ending up on the opposite sides of the map, so no counter ganks will be happening here pretty early on. As we see Orianna getting pushed in early, Azir, quite the wave clearing champion.
Yeah,
I'm having quite a bit of pressure on the side of Enigma.
Wow, yeah, the mid lane taking a lot of poke in these early levels. Definitely not respecting the Azir range. Azir's level 1 is notably weaker than Orianna's, I would say, but
Oh, wow. Orianna taking a lot of poke in this lane so far.
It looks like she's going to probably have to pop both pots there just to get back to 100, but...
And yeah, it looks like bot lane also getting a little bit bullied around on the side of Erad. Nautilus having to pop a few of those early potions, but they will do alright as they scale up into this game.
Yeah, quite expected. I mean, when you have these tanky supports, they're going to go back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
But Fuhrer may have the slight advantage with his damage scales with max HP, correct?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
yes,
so he'll be chunking a little bit more than Nautilus at the moment, but you know, the more Qs he throws out, the less mana he gets.
Yeah, no, it looks like we have a gank in the mid lane right here. Zach's going to jump on the Azir. Azir's going to try to get the dash. He has no mana. Red buff is ticking, but he's just going to have to walk out of that. No summoner's burned, but...
Oh, in the bot lane, looks like Gragas is going for a counter gank.
Oh, wow, yeah, looks like a gank in the bot lane. Body Slam's going to hit onto Braum. He's going to have to flash that, and he's going to get out of that. Flash burned. So a summoner up on the side of Erad. It was a good early game start for them.
Yeah, definitely. Enigma, they're warding the Tri-Brush, but leaving the river open, it's always a possibility for, you know, a jungle gank. And if he sees the mid lane being ganked, he has the opportunity to go bot.
Yeah. Very
easy pick up. Good summoner spell trade for...
Oh, it looks like Third Eye just going to look for that wolf counter jungle, but not going to find what he wants. Just going to take that Gromp and probably get out of there. Possibly look for a top lane gank in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. See Orianna with that. Orianna matching the early back with the Azir. They were both pretty low. That jungle gank actually put him pretty even since he got that advantage early with the poke.
Yeah. Helping Orianna out in that mid lane. And looks like Zach is going to be backing two right here. Going to pick up that Rangers Trailblazer. It's not looking for any type of combat smite. And notably, I mean, this Gnar has done quite well so far in this lane. You know, Fizz, quite a cheesy laner with that Ignite. So for him to not die this early is very, very good for the side of Enigma.
I mean, they definitely are poking back at each other very effectively. Gnar, very far up in CS, though. Fizz...
Oh, wow, yeah.
He does have
to get the better end of that trade right there.
I mean, Fizz, he's probably going to go pretty even after this wave if he gets most of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be too much of a big deal, but he is getting a little out-pressured there. For the whole side of the map, I mean, the entire map, CS relatively even.
Yeah, pretty even as we continue to scale through this game. I mean, not many advantages in terms of draft for either of these lanes, so
yeah, it looks like
obvious discrepancies.
Both junglers coming down bot.
We have a clash in the ball lane. Both junglers, Zach currently hiding. He's going to jump in right into Gragas. Heavy focus on the Gragas. He's going to have to flash out of there. Turning on to Ezreal right now. Sun's going to go down on the Nautilus. TP's coming in from Enigma. Can they get this Nautilus kill? There's first blood onto Ashe. Gnar going. He's going to jump into tower. Has to flash out of there. Not quite sure if that's what he wanted. But I mean, very good trade. First blood goes to Ashe.
The Gnar TP definitely not needed, but I guess it would help out with this Dragon Call. He didn't get an assist.
They're going to get Dragon off of it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely quite questionable with that jump. Still making it happen, though. Great play from Enigma.
That was a good turnaround by them. Zach, right place, right time, I would say.
It's Dragon. And that win condition started pretty early.
Yeah, and it's great to have the first blood go onto the Ashe as well. She's going to back right now, most likely pick up a BF sword.
And if we look at the top lane here, quite a big wave is actually going to crash in that top surge. So the TP there is going to give up a little bit of a lane advantage to this Gnar, but it is a sacrifice that must be made for that kill. So we'll see if he is able to control this lane after that small swing in power to the side of the Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, another question we have to ask ourselves is, what is this Ezreal going to be picking up on his first back here? If he's going to be going the tier build, you see a lot of popular builds with Ezreal right now. ADC is tier into Bork, no Triforce. So we'll see what he decides to go. Looks like he's going to be picking up that tier. See what the second item is.
Well, looks like that's actually tier into Pickaxe. So
tier. He's just going to build the full item, and then
it looks like he's going to finish up that Mermana before going into a Bork or even possibly a Triforce. A lot of different Ezreal builds are available in the current meta in the bot lane, as top lane just scraps with each other to try to clear that pink ward as they get a small engagement. And not much damage is going to go down for either, as the blue buff is going to be handed off to the Orianna. In the mid lane, actually, Morella Nomicon first for Ori, so going back to the traditional builds, even after the AP item rework.
Yeah, definitely. Morel, always a great item. The 20% CDR really gives Ori the ability to have her ultimate up as, you know, when she needs it. Tibby up. You know, if she uses it for a 1v1 in the mid lane, she'll have it back up very soon for a dragon fight or whatnot. You see in the bot lane, there's a pink ward being placed into that back bush, probably looking to make sure that there's no TP from behind them from that Fizz, as he does have his TP up. Gnar does not have his, as he used in that previous.
The kind of collateral that you get with that pink ward, it also opens up a lot of free Zac ganks. Zac, of course, great to gank from that bush. And, whoa. A solo kill in the top lane for Fizz.
I mean, that goes back to what you're saying about the cheesiness of Fizz with the Ignite. Gnar has Flash, but he doesn't have Flash right now because he used it in that earlier.
Went back and watched that one. Basically just, you know, fish, drop Ignite, few autos on him, and he's done. Not much Fizz can do, or not much Gnar can do there without the Flash, so he's going to go down. And that gives now Fizz a 10 CS lead in that lane, so... quite a good lead up there in the top lane. A great
turnaround. Puts him up about 600 gold. The top lane, we'll see what he picks up here. He's going to go be the Triforce first in the build.
Yeah, looking for that Phage first, actually. A little bit less popular than Machine first, but still great with that attack damage for how many auto attacks he will be doing in trades.
Yep. Yeah, I usually like Phage first because of the HP it gives you. You come into lane with a couple hundred hit points above your opponent, you're usually going to win trades because they're not going to have enough damage to go through that. So, I mean, meanwhile, in the mid lane, Brabbit, he's constantly getting poked out by this Azir.
Yeah, this Azir, quite oppressive onto this Orianna so far.
And despite that, though, she is up in farm, which quite impressive, I must say.
Yeah, it's really good for her, actually, and not too much chip damage for either of these mid laners, so no early turrets going to be going down in the near future from just pressure. And we have a TP advantage, actually, here for Fizz, so maybe some TP is going to be looking bot, but with that pink ward, Enigma trying to shut that option down so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gnar TP is going to be up very soon as well. It's looking like Gnar can't even stay in lane anymore. The Fizz is very powerful. If he doesn't build up his Gnar bar for Mega Gnar, he's going to be done right here. The fish goes down.
Like Gnar is going to get fished right now. Fizz is going to jump on him, double jump right there. Can Fizz gap close? He will not be able to. And with Gnar killing that cannon, he actually loses the option to allow the wave to push into him. So, yeah, it looks like he's trying to push the wave back. A little bit questionable decision. It'll put him in a quite sticky situation against this Fizz as he goes aggressive. Gnar gonna be dropped, but he's gonna completely miss it. And nothing else will happen there.
While that was happening, there's a engagement in the mid lane. Ori had to burn flash. Gragas, threw ulti out. So probably just had to flash that.
Yeah, Azir goes quite right now. Azir with the BM in the mid lane.
Enigma looking pretty strong in this ball lane right now. They may take the tower right now.
A lot of pressure onto this turret, actually. Will they be able to get it with this wave? Looks like Ashe is looking for it, but she will decide not to. A little bit risky with all those minions dying. Possibly going to try to get it on this next wave. And this is kind of that risk of running the Ezreal in the ball lane. I mean, with the tier, with building a stacking item, you are going to enter this power trough at around the 10-minute mark, where Ashe is going to get that BF sword, and you're just going to be weaker than her. So Enigma doing a great job to bully in their window of opportunity so far.
And definitely they scout out that Gragas coming through the river. Definitely not going to let that gank possibility happen again.
Yeah, they learned. Have Dragon spawn right here, TP up for both top laners, so possible engagement. Gnar going to back here. We'll see if he decides to pick up home guards and teleport engage right there as we see Zac go onto Gragas. Going to queue up the jump, but it is going to be stopped as Orianna goes for the shockwave. Flash auto attack onto Azir, and that is another kill for Enigma. TP coming in from Fizz. There's the Ezreal ult. Fish goes on to Braum. He's going to shield. TP responds from Gnar. There's the Gragas ulti. Braum getting quite low. Ignite's not going to be able to finish him off, and Fizz going a bit deep. The 2-for-1 trade or 3-for-0 trade, actually, for Enigma eSports. So quite a big swing in power.
Yeah, they played that. They played that very well. They already knocked out the Azir before the fight. He didn't even get to take off his ulti. He actually died before he could bury her. So
Oh, wow.
A bit of a misplay by the Azir, but regardless, great team fighting.
Oh, and the second
by
he's
Enigma.
going to go for the smite steal, but not going to find what he wants. No vision in that pit, so a little bit hard to time that one, and that gives Enigma eSports a 5-1 and about a 2K gold advantage here at 14 minutes, so very happy to take that in this early game.
Yeah, definitely a free pick. It's nearly like a Lee Sin situation where he goes in. If he doesn't get the dragon, there's not many ways out.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a lot of ways people have thrown in the past. But regardless, CS actually swinging up for Eradicators right now.
Mm-hmm.
Andre actually taking some pressure. But, I mean, you see the HP on the towers for mid lane.
Yeah, you're playing that pressure game right now, just trying to stay away from this Orianna, clear those waves, and get that pressure onto the turret. But, I mean, with this Morellonomicon completed onto Orianna, the wave clear will be quite ample to deal with this. Not quite sure if that was the word I wanted, but it works. So.
It does work.
It does work.
Yeah.
And as we see a Sunfire first coming in for Gnar. So, looking for that full tank Gnar. Probably not going to be going for that Cleaver as
in the bot lane. A little scrap in the bot lane. Ezreal has to burn flash after Ash Arrow goes in, but Zac coming in through the side. Looks like Nautilus.
Going to queue up that jump. Nautilus forced to flash. And not finding the jump he wants right there.
Yeah, Zac just barely missing the...
as we see extended engagement here in the top lane, Nari's going to try to get a kill onto Fizz, and Groggy's going to go in, drop the barrel. There's the ultimate. Fizz looking for it. The double jump should get him out, though.
Yeah, very well played by Gnar. He knew the range, and actually Gragas kind of set that up for him to jump away from.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay.
Intentions were good.
As we see the bot lane turret go down on the side of Enigma, so opening up the map a little bit as they walk in for actually a very aggressive red steal here, huh? They know Gragas is top lane, so it is quite safe, but a very proactive call made here.
Yeah,
and
great.
They're gonna come away with that for free. 3 buff in this mid game for Enigma.
I mean,
as we see a 3-man roam into the top lane, actually, we'll see if they can clean anything up here. Fizz no flash alongside Gragas, so Fizz is gonna go down. Flash from Zac. He's gonna get the knock up. Orianna Shockwave gonna come down, and they're gonna clean that up. 2 for nothing in the top lane.
Wow, great engagement. The Ori roaming is really done wonders.
Azir tried to go in mid and just not find what he wants. Nautilus gonna try to ulti that Ashe. Hook is gonna hit, so they are gonna clean that up, but top lane turret goes down, and it's a small return for Erad.
Yeah, making it...
They get bot turret too, and possibly the mid, so not the worst trade in the world for them.
Definitely not the worst trade. The Braum's definitely going to tank up all the minions, make sure that tower doesn't go down, but...
Keep that tower
They
alive.
did trade towers. They got the bot tower for top. Actually, no. The Enigma came up on that because if you remember back when they were taking the red buff, they immediately went to red buff after taking bot tower. That was very low from the constant pressure that they were putting on that. So, Azir equaling pressure in the mid lane, they're going to take this out very easily right now.
Yeah, it looks like walk up and take that. Oh, and Orianna actually going a little bit aggressive right there, dropping Ignite. Zac can completely jump. Shockwave onto Ezreal. He's getting quite low. Zac, does he have passive? He does have passive, so can they save him in this duration? But with not much there to follow it up, looks like they're going to have to give that up. And that is a kill for Erad. And we'll see if they decide to put some pressure on this mid lane with that Orianna forced to back. On the big hook for Nautilus, not much to follow up there against the Braum.
There's no tower diving the Braum and Gnar. There's too much turnaround potential for those 2 champions, but very good job by Eradicators to pick up some advantages when they were faced with a lot of things that they may have started but didn't get the best of.
Yeah, so able to finish up that mid turret, and with the large wave in the top side, maybe some more pressure to be put on this top turret. But that would basically even up this game. So as we see Enigma going for that mid turret, looks like a heavy pressure on it, and they're going to get it, so some good pressure.
Picking up the extra turret, getting some more gold for themselves. 2k gold ahead right now. So they're looking for possible engagement. Or, they'll be waiting for the Ash Arrow to come back up. But Dragon up in a minute. Looks like they're going to
Dragon up in a minute, and I think that's going to be a big tell for how this game is going to end up. I mean, we have a Phage and a Sheen nearly completed. We see a big engagement in the mid lane. Azir turret going to be dropped, and they're going to have to back out of that. But as I was saying, I mean, Triforce nearly completed for this Ezreal, so we'll see if Erad decides to go and pick that up before this Dragon fight. I mean, they could possibly take it with the current power spike that they are in. Fizz also going to complete that Triforce on this back, so
yeah, Triforce on
quite a bit of power picked up here from Erad. We'll see if they decide to force and get that first Dragon.
Yep, definitely. I mean, you see Orianna has completed Morellonomicon and it's already got an extra large rod on top of that. She will be pumping out a lot of damage with her Shockwave. It just depends on if she can get it to that sweet, sweet area.
Oh, and there we see the Zac jump. Each team looking for initiation. There's the arrow. It's going to hit Gragas. Here comes the Orianna ball. Looking for that Shockwave. Ooh, Ezreal going to get blocked. Great Braum positioning right there. Fish goes down to Orianna. Oh. She's going to go down in that fight. Quite chaotic right now. Fizz also going to go down. Gnar. The Azir, just massive damage from this Azir in this fight. But can he clean it up? Ezreal going to E forward for that kill. And that is the power right there. Of
that is an ace.
Fight. Yeah, that is a clean ace. Not a clean ace, but a 3 for 5 trade on the side of Erad. Not going to be able to pick up that Dragon. Well,
no, they won't be able to pick it up.
Decided not to go for it. And that right there, I mean, just goes to show the power. Ezreal did not complete Triforce right before that, but Fizz was able to pick that up and definitely helping them out in that engagement. 5v5 going their way.
Yeah, definitely. Enigma not respecting the Triforce power spike. Even if Ezreal hasn't completed it, he still has the Sheen. He's going to be pumping out that damage. And Fizz, with that great TP,
and
he didn't even use TP.
With all the chaos, we didn't actually get to see Orianna Shockwave still up after that engagement. So a little bit sloppy right there from Rabbit to not drop that in the fight. Yeah, he actually died with that one up. So probably the reason that they lost that fight. A little bit sloppy play. But it was a very nice pick right there for Erad. So, I mean, we'll see if this second Dragon engagement can go a little bit better for Enigma with this Shockwave.
Yep, see TP coming in from Fizz. They're going to try to contest this Dragon, but Braum
going to walk in, great positioning. Braum up in the front, dropping the shield a bit early, not going to block much. Dragon is going to be taken by Zac. That is good. Big Ezreal, he's going to hit a lot of people. And there's the Shockwave, huge Shockwave. And that is basically just cleanup from that point out. Oh! Big Azir play going on to Orianna, dropping the barrier. He's not going to be able to clean it up, but some big damage from this Azir so far. Oh, Flash Stun gonna miss. Ezreal kiting back. Flash Braum also gonna miss. Ezreal has no E at this point. He's gonna try to clean that up. 2 more auto attacks for the stun, and they're gonna be able to pick that up with very low HP.
Oh, you gotta go back to live time.
Am I not at live time? I was 3 seconds off right there, guys. My bad.
It's alright. It almost fit with the team fight. It still sounded great. I'll tell you that.
Almost good enough, guys. We're getting there. But mere mid-tier 2 gonna go down. So the gold lead just extending here for Enigma. And with this Ashe scaling 9-2 right now, pretty scary for Erad.
Yeah, we'll wonder what she will pick up with that Zeal, possibly Phantom Dancer, or yeah, most likely Phantom Dancer. It gives more crit chance, more damage for the Ashe.
Yeah, yep. Phantom Dancer, a bigger increase in DPS than Static Shiv would be on that champion, given the passive. And yeah, I mean, as we look at the builds, we see an Aegis completed for Zac, and like I talked about earlier, that is going to be a full tank Gnar, so looking for the team fight, not really favoring that split push. It's quite strong in the 1v1. Ezreal actually picking up Zerker Grease too, so pretty interesting right there. We don't see that too much in the international scene.
Probably, you know, just a little more DPS. You see the Azir going for the Luden's Echo second item, always a powerful pick. I much prefer the Abyssal Scepter. It just gives him a lot more durability in team fights
too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with the deletion of his knockup on his E, you see a lot of Azir players getting a lot more scared too, going for the Shurima Shuffle.
Shuffle, yeah. As we see Nautilus try to hit a hook on to Zac here, he probably will be pretty safe. He's got the Orianna ball to get him out of there. So they're going to start that Azir turret up. It's gonna get taken out nearly immediately. So.
You know, man, Ezreal ulti coming through.
A little bit off, but
he goes a little sideways. The Ezreal ult hits 3 people.
Good attention, so that's what really matters here. And it looks like Erad gonna try to start up this siege. A little bit sloppy with that Azir turret. So I'm not gonna have that while they're sieging this turret, but they still feel confident enough to try and push that advantage, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Triforce finished up on Ezreal, so they still are in the heat of the power spike, I believe. No real completion of big second items for Enigma. Orianna still sitting on a bunch of gold, actually. She almost has nearly 2k gold that she needs to spend. I'm guessing she's she's backing right now. She's gonna pick up, I believe, a decap. That is a great,
so that's quite a big power spike in this mid game. Probably a slightly bigger one than the Luden's Echo would be for this Azir, but the poke damage will still be quite valuable when they are sieging, as they have decided to do.
Yep, definitely. They're still trying to apply that pressure mid, but there's not too much to come of it. They don't have much space for themselves, both on the side of Eradicators. They don't have their tier 2 or tier 1 mid lane, so I guess they're just trying to reply with pressure here, but if they are engaged upon, it may not be the best of fights.
Yeah, and you see Zac actually kind of looming on the outside of this fight, trying to look for that engage option. Braum just sweep that bush, so he's pretty free to be able to do this, as you see him setting up this engage. Big Orianna shockwave, actually, wow. Azir going to get jumped on, he's going to go down in this fight. And there's the fish going to be dropped. Orianna not going to be hit by the exhaust, is going to be dropped on him, and he is going to go down. Very clean fight right there.
Yeah, 3 for nothing trade. The Azir definitely not respecting the shockwave. He was trying to put down the poke, but he could not get that down.
Yeah, and I mean, with no tier 2 mid lane turret, it looks like they're going to continue the chase right here. Braum passive is on Ezreal, but can they complete it? Looks like they won't be able to. Applies it to Gragas. He is going to get stunned. Big Gnar not going to hit the ulti, but with the Ashe low, they will be able to clean that up. Great play by Enigma. And it's like they might want to pressure that mid inhib right now, but they are quite weak, so.
Zac nearly going down to that, but he also has passive up. He won't be too scared about the Ezreal damage, but with this happening, there's also Dragon in a minute. This gives them perfect time to set up.
Looks like we got some cheesy cheddar right here from the side of Enigma, hiding in that bush. We'll see if anybody decides to face check that one. Cloud Cow's walking up. Ashe Arrow going to come out, and he still decides to go for it. That is a pretty free pick right there for Enigma, but this is Azir positioning. I mean, can he clean anything up? Looks like that will not be a possibility.
Yeah, he'll just get out of there easy peasy. This gives Enigma a lot of time to set up for Dragon, as it does come up in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Quite a big wave crashing top, too, so some gold and a turret going to be lost and given to the side of Erad. Let me rephrase that. Gold lost for Enigma and gained for Erad is what I meant to say. And it looks like you can see Enigma posturing right here for this Dragon. Oh, and this is an interesting call, actually. We see pings going down on the Baron, so possibly wanting to respond with a Baron as this Dragon is getting taken. Enigma staying blissfully ignorant of it at the moment. Looks like Orianna's going to walk up. She's getting suspicious.
Yeah, she's looking for that power of evil.
There's the ball right there.
She's looking for the power of evil.
Oh, there's shockwave over the wall. And looks like they're getting quite low here. Are they going to decide to finish this Baron? I mean, that could just be a free Baron right here for Enigma if they decide to go for it.
They actually stopped. They stopped Dragon before. They stopped Dragon and immediately went to Baron from there. They were not about to give that away for free, but looks like Nautilus going to get slowed in the top lane. He's going to get away nice and easy. But because of that, Enigma just going to go back to the Dragon, pick that up for free.
Free Dragon off of that, so I mean, you know, the timer starts, guys. We have about, 6 minutes until the 5th Dragon becomes a possibility, and, you know, the pressure is looming now for Erad. How are they going to come back from that? I mean, 5th Dragon nearly ends games with the strength of its buff, so the pressure is on for them to respond right now. We'll see what they decide to do.
Eradicators have a very large mid-game spike that is about to come to an end, and it's surprising that they haven't put enough pressure on that Dragon for this long. They you know, the first dragon, that's acceptable. They had that gank that turned around and they got 1 kill for it into an easy dragon. But with this Ashe, 11-2 right now, really, she's gonna back right now. Probably pick up BT right here. She is nearly unstoppable right now. They don't have much to get to her.
And I mean, the team fight execution is going to be very crucial here for the side of Erad, because they do have quite a bit of threats to get to this Ashe, but you know, with the peel coming out from Enigma, it's really going to be about their positioning and how can they flank right here. I would like to see possibly a home guard picked up from this Fizz, which he did pick up, so that's great. You know, maybe some home guard teleports or a Gragas from behind, some sort of flank to get this Ashe out of her safe spot.
Yeah, definitely looks like both teams meeting up in the mid lane. Gnar top, just split pushing. Not much to be taken right now, as both teams just dancing around.
Yeah, and looks like Erad looking for that siege again. I mean, it's been quite the staple of this team so far, is just really work that siege in the mid lane. No Azir turret going down quite yet. There's the TP flank, and looks like it's going to be a big engagement for the side of Enigma. Oh, Fish goes down onto Ashe. Is she going to die? Fizz goes in, but he gets immediately exhausted, and now they're fighting under the Azir turret, but a huge shockwave is going to hit, and that is going to clean up the fight for Enigma. Great mechanics right there, and really good peel for that Ashe to keep her alive. Oh, and the flash from Orianna. Very aggressive, but paying off in the end.
Yeah, I mean, once again, the Azir not respecting that Orianna range, but Zach not respecting Ezreal either.
Orianna going forward. Grog is trying to come back in. That will nearly surely be a mid inhib for the side. Or looks like they're going to actually walk into the top lane, grab that top lane turret.
Top turret. There's no minions for them to get the mid turret for, but actually this pings on Baron. Looks like they're going to take that. They have about 10 seconds on Azir.
Home guards are completed on Fizz, and he does have teleport.
Narbar is coming up though. He'll get a lot of extra HP from this.
And it looks like Fizz knows nothing about this. So free Baron going to be given to Enigma, and probably going to want to pressure with that after they back.
Yeah, I mean, Ashe with the BT now, she is just pumping out damage in these team fights. She is. In that last team fight, she nearly got caught out by the Fizz, but the instant flash out and didn't even have heal, but the flash was enough to save her. She's going to go for another Zeal, most likely into a second Phantom Dancer. I believe Braum picking up a Warmogs. That definitely interesting pickup, I see.
Yeah, very interesting build from Braum, actually. No early banner command, which is quite popular in the support role right now. Actually going for a Frozen Heart complete first, as we see the Shockwave dropped. As they're going to have to flash his ulti. Arrow is going to hit, and that will secure that. Braum passive going to take out Nautilus. This is just a great example of the power of Braum right now. I mean, with the backline elimination attempts from Erad, I mean, this Braum just completely shutting him down. Almost every Ezreal ulti just getting blocked from that shield. So
yeah,
some great play out of Furore in this game.
And the triple buff Ori right now, as Will pointed out in chat, she is. I mean, that's what I was talking about the Morellonomicon. The 20% CDR really gives her Shockwave every minute. You know, every time she has it, she has used it on that Azir, and he hasn't been able to get away.
Yeah, this Azir, I mean, nearly been a non-factor in some of these fights when he gets caught out from the Shockwave. So great realization from Orianna to capitalize on that positioning as they just disengage with that Orianna W. Dissonance, I believe it is called.
Yes. And, Command Dissonance.
Ashe is going to go and clean up that bot wave in the meantime.
Yeah, Azir trying to look for something on the sideways, but
Enigma and a big Shockwave is just going to shut that down. Azir just getting stopped.
Yeah, Ori, she finished up the Void Staff. She has now hit the point where she can one-shot.
Yeah, the 3 core items completed.
And picking up a Haunting Guys.
Ooh, interesting pickup, actually. Haunting Guys, kind of a spiky item. A little bit better to pick that up in the early game, but I mean, with that additional 30 AP, is going to be quite strong to...
The AP and the Magic Resist stacking up with her boots, so she has 30 plus 30 Magic Pen right now. That Shockwave is going to hurt. If it
Yeah,
gets any
and
more than
with
2 people.
with no magic resist on this Azir, he went for that Morel instead of Chalice. So I mean, that's nearly going to be doing true damage to him. So the deletion will be most likely coming his way.
Yeah, definite possibility. Also, T-minus 15 seconds for 5th Dragon, and it doesn't look like Eradicators are in any position to fight for this.
Yeah.
Baron's still up. That actually just went down.
Just ran out at that time, so we'll see if Eradicator decides to go for it. I mean, it nearly seems like a do-or-die situation right here, but can they recognize the dire situation that they are in? That is the question, as we see Azir actually heading to the blue buff, so...
I mean, Enigma, they're trying to death bush. It looks like it's gonna work
nice
out.
Shockwave right there. Gonna immediately clean up 2 members in that fight. Pass is gonna be applied to Ezreal, and he is gonna go down. And
man, a big problem I see with Eradicators right now is that they are not respecting unwarded areas. They they think the jungle is still theirs, but it definitely isn't. They have taken it over.
Oh, it looks like the Flash Gnar ulti actually going to use it in the wrong direction, but a high-spirited attempt right there.
Yeah, I mean, Azir replied back with a ultimate that did nearly nothing as well.
Anything. So, you know, welcome to North America, guys. Ultis do not need a hit. They are more for the intimidation factor.
They got the great death bush into a free inhib into a free 5th Dragon. They within the next 5 minutes should be cleaning up this game right now.
Yeah, able to push this one. Most likely going to be a methodical decision to end this game with a top lane push, most likely. But I mean, with a nearly 15k gold lead now, you know, pretty much can walk up into any point. So
yeah, they're 5 towers up as well.
Yeah.
Dragon, Baron, not up anytime soon, but they shouldn't have to have Baron for this next push. They're all going to be grouping up top lane to get that inhibitor. That's a smart decision. This Ashe with double Phantom Dancer right now, it is just absolute terror.
Very terrifying, and I mean, as much as a great player Ossizer has been this game with this wonderful ass positioning, I really got to give it to Furor right here with this Braum play. I mean, his interception in teamfights is really creating some good zone control for this Ashe to be able to stand in with his Braum shields.
Yeah, definitely. His Braum shields
clean play from him, and great shockwaves from Orianna too. Just overall clean play from Enigma. I mean, they're looking really strong moving into this tournament.
Yeah, Ori put down the ball, putting down that pressure. Azir really has to pay attention to this if he wants any chance.
And shockwave, just immediate deletion.
Yeah, once again, Azir not disrespecting the shockwave, but a huge fight goes down. Nautilus taken out immediately. All the damage from the 5th Dragon is just, oh my god. Fizz just disappeared. This looks like the end for Eradicators.
It's going to be the end of Game 1 here in the Reverie eSports League Legends Open number 3.
Yeah.
Game go to Enigma eSports. Well played.
Enigma showing us that their draft is pretty... They don't need to have all the power picks to really pump damage into the other team. They can have the bot lane threat at all times, and you know you see they could have ended that out quicker, a lot more methodically, but the Azir getting caught out all the time.
So making that a little bit difficult.
All right.
And, yeah, that Ezreal power spike, I mean, it was attempted to be capitalized on, but not much that Enigma or Erad could find. So it goes Game 1 to Enigma. GG.
Yep, definitely GG. Game, guys, give us a moment, and we will be getting into the next game very soon. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Greetings.
Right now. All right, start talking a little bit.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right, should be good now.
Sounding good.
Start.
Ready, we aren't, so it looks like we need one team to...
All right, it's all right, guys. We are just waiting for...
It is Bronze 5 style that we are waiting for right now. Is that the team name?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so just waiting on Bronze 5 style.
Bronze 5 style versus Enigma eSports is the next match. Enigma, pretty crushing victory last game. Assisser with the Ash.
You're a little quiet. So am I quiet again on any of your settings?
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Does it keep like automatically turning down?
I think you're good now.
Am I good now, guys? How is the audio quality, guys? Are we all good? Are we audio fine? We Gucci? It's probably sounding fine.
Yep, we're ready.
We can barely hear you, Matt. Man, okay, so...
Yeah, I have everything fucking, like, super loud.
It's cranked up. Let me go into... Hold up.
Like, it's hurting my ears, dude.
I think I'm sounding fine. I'm sounding okay. All right. Yeah, so, okay, we're good, guys. Getting into Champ Select right here between Enigma eSports and Bronze 5 style as we start out with that NAR ban, actually, a snipe ban on Valor, that is. So.
Yeah, most likely a snipe ban.
Oh, no.
Matt? Yo, something happened with your mic. Cannot hear you anymore, but I will, okay, it looks like... Oh, okay. I guess my partner got maybe some internet issues right now, but I'll just continue. Oriana taken down right now. That's a great ban.
Yo.
Okay, there you are, man.
You good, man?
Yeah. Dude, that wasn't me, yo.
Oh, was that me? Okay, well, my bad on that one, guys. I literally disconnected from Skype, but everything seems to be going all right now, so let's check out this Champ Select as we see a Gragas and a Thresh ban as the next two ones picked up. And, yeah, I mean, and with first pick on the blue side right here, it's going to be a question on what they decide to pick up. Nautilus still open. Alistar, a very highly contested pick, so
it's looking like if Enigma doesn't ban the Sivir right now, that's looking like the first pick for blue team, which is Bronze 5 style.
The Nautilus ban too, so definitely Sivir looking like a possible first pick. Alistar also quite possible as a power pick here, so the Shaco, however, pretty unlikely for that one to be happening.
Never know, though. There's always that possibility of
that potential.
You know, that the Devourer Shaco rising up.
Yeah, or even the Devourer Teemo, it's a possibility. Rek'Sai also a good first pick, so it looks like they're going to take that away. But, I mean, is this going to give Enigma Alistar and Sivir right here in the draft? I mean, that is basically as powerful as the bot lane can get on this current patch. So
yeah, definitely.
The red carpet is paved for them if they decide to go that route. Ashe, a possible pickup again. Ostracizer, pretty strong game on that last. And Zach, also a very good pickup.
Yeah, those two picks definitely synergize together very well. I would like to see the Sivir, though, that it's just so strong in this current meta, and they can build the rest of the picks around it without giving it away. But they do lock in the Zach and the Ashe.
With Alistar and Sivir still up on the table, I mean, it really makes you wonder, are either of these teams going to put priority around those champions? And Bard, Hover Bard, also quite strong in a team scenario with some good communication, so possible pickup there.
Yeah, I mean, Bard is actually very synergetic with Sivir as well. Bard's near near instant cast stun definitely helps out Sivir with the auto attack reset that she has.
Yeah.
But there's definitely plenty of ADC picks on the table since the Ashe is already picked up. They may just want to pick up their bot lane right now and see if Enigma is going to go for that mid lane pick. But Enigma do have the last pick. They might save it just like last game for the counter pick to mid lane, which actually worked incredibly well. But they don't have the Orianna this time. Bronze 5 style banning that away. Definitely saw that coming.
Okay, and looks like Bronze 5 style feeling confident enough to pick up their bot lane right here, so leaving those solo lanes up for a possible counter pick in the future. And Soraka actually going to be the pickup here, so, you know, pretty good champions. It's really nice if you can stay in that back line and position safely and just get those heals out, but I mean, picking it so early in the draft really allows Enigma to set up some good dive picks with their next two pickups here. So
the Zac is already pointing towards a dive comp.
Yeah.
The Ashe isn't the highest DPS ADC in the game. She is a great ADC for extended fights, which they're looking at a possible Irla for the mid lane.
Annie pickup, that would actually be, so a lot of engage options here for Enigma. I mean, Flash Tibbers, we have the Zac, E, and then the Ashe Air, obviously, also, so it's going to be very, very difficult for this Soraka to keep alive in these team fights if she is the focus.
Yeah, I'm guessing Irla top, Annie mid, most likely. The Annie mid, with the build path of full AP, it's just near instant one-shot to the Vayne or Soraka. So, I mean, if you're on the side of Bronze 5 style, you have to see this coming. You can't pick that Raka so early with so many picks open. And even if that's not an Annie mid, it's still an engage option.
Yeah, a definite engage option. And if it is an Annie bot lane, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult for this Soraka to keep in safe footing in this bot lane with all the kill potential that lane has at 6. And I mean, if it is an Annie mid, we could see an Alistar pick right here, which would just beautifully round out this Enigma draft with a very heavy dive-oriented team.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who is this on this Vayne pick. I recall in the first tournament, he just went absolutely ham. Some score like 15-0 or something like that.
Drawing some Caitlyn bans too, so a lot of priority on him. So we'll see if he's able to pick it up for his team. And I mean, allowing Enigma with all these power picks right now. I mean, the Ashe and the Zac just doing so well last game. We'll see if they can repeat that success that they had. Is the suspense mounts for this last pick? Is that an Annie mid or a support Annie? And it looks like it's actually going to be a support Annie. So Ahri mid lane going to be the final piece to the puzzle for Enigma.
Yeah, the Ahri and the Ashe for the backline is just a great pickup. I think Enigma, once again, have rounded out their comp quite successfully, but it's kind of being matched by Bronze 5 style. The Hecarim, Rek'Sai, and Victor, very synergetic. Hecarim is going to be diving to the back line as well with Rek'Sai. His tunnel has a very large range. So it just depends on who engages first.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, Ashe, a very, very vulnerable AD carry, and with no utility basically on the side of Enigma, she is pretty much a sitting duck for this Hecarim with some teleport, home guard, initiations possibly, or even just an ulti in the backline. So, who is going to get dived first is the real question, Raka or Ashe. So we'll see how these team fights go as we get into this game. And we are going to be sitting in the delay right now, guys, so we have a little bit of downtime. We are, of course, extremely sorry. I am ES Vivek. Alongside me is Atlas. And, if you like our content, you can check us out at twitch.tv/extremely sorry. We will be playing some ranked 5s tonight, so, come stop by if you're interested.
Yeah, if you like what you see, you could definitely leave us a follow. We're a growing brand. This tournament is definitely helping us out, spreading that. And we're very glad to be here casting for Will. Shouts out to Will, actually, for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you very much. And, yeah, so, I mean, talking about this draft again, we'll see what Rocka decides to go with in terms of items. I mean, you know, we don't really get to see too much Rocka in the competitive sphere of League of Legends and the professional scene, so, you know, still a big question mark about that champion. You know, she could possibly be going for a coin. We've seen that a little bit in solo queue. I mean,
I definitely would be guessing the coin, because the coin synergy with her passive right now, to just get to low HP targets very quickly. I mean, Rocka definitely not an engaged support.
Yeah.
So that the talisman will be using strictly as a defensive, but that doesn't derive to all of the engage that Bronze 5 Style has on their team.
Yeah. And I mean, we didn't actually comment on this yet, but Vayne, she has cleanse actually.
Oh yeah,
for her summoner spell, so really looking to avoid the Ashe and Annie engage potential at level 6. I mean,
I feel cleanse is definitely a must take in the Ashe situation. You didn't see the Ezreal take it last game, and it's not like the Ashe arrows were the real deciding factor in the team fights. The Orianna shockwaves I would definitely give credits to, but the Ashe arrow did catch many people out. So,
yeah, and started a lot of engagements too, so, you know, that cleanse going to be trying to avoid that. And I mean, also, we talked about the lane swap possibility last game, and we didn't see it come to fruition, but with the bottom lanes that both these teams have fielded, I mean, you almost could imagine how pressured Bronze 5 Style feels to maybe possibly opt into this lane swap. But we'll see if they're practiced up on it and if they decide to go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
This upcoming game.
We're going to be getting into loading screen right now. I believe we will just be waiting through loading screen to get into game, and we will call out the teams.
Both of these teams, yes. I think we'll have a good game here. You know, I mean, I'm definitely going to say I'm quite impressed with Enigma's play last game. So
yeah, definitely. Enigma knows how to get their advantages and how to continue,
and how to build more advantages too. I mean, we saw so much cheese in that last game with all the bush hiding and vision manipulation that Enigma was working. So we'll see if they can get that same kind of feeling in this game.
I mean, they got the two power picks that they really wanted last game, which were the Zac and Ashe, so they're very happy to default back to that. You know, I was expecting the Sivir, but Alcesser is a beast on Ashe.
Yeah, definitely. Had a huge game last game, putting down I believe it was a 15-2 score. I might be a little bit off on that, but very, very good KDA from this Ashe, and he's going to get that power pick again. Pretty surprising, though, I must say, that the Alistar and the Sivir fell all the way through this draft, not deciding to go for those power picks.
Yep, I mean, as we get into game, though,
it'll be quite interesting.
You want to go off with blue side?
I am still in these loading screens, so yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. So here we have on the side of Bronze 5 Style, we have Humu in the jungle, Bloodbath in the top lane. Who is this? Is the AD carry, Buttertub in mid, and Huffalumps as the support.
Yeah, and on red side you see Valor in the top lane, the third eye as jungle, Brabbit in the mid lane, Ultra Alcesser as the ADC, and his support is Fuhrer. Both sides showing the power picks right now. Both sides going up. See what their level 1 strategy is. We saw last game a little bit of a scrap, but ended up with a neutral level 1 for both teams.
And we see some pings going on to Tribrush as Hecarim cruises his way into the bot lane.
Yeah, and he gets scoped out by the Victor. They're all coming in the group.
Annie also starting Q, actually, so not deciding to wait in base and stack up that W. So Or actually, she has not started an ability yet, but she will put a level into Q. So yeah, not looking to level 1 engage really. With that Q start, a little bit better for poking in lane, so just looking for that.
You would be surprised, man. The level 1 Annie with Q is pretty
terrifying.
You see a lot of, or not a lot, but I have this distinct memory of Faker, you know, with his level 1 strategies.
Yeah,
going for that, but it's a support Annie. She won't be going for that. You see all the champions just throwing up their emotes, the level 5, level 4 masteries for the champions.
They're very happy to have those on their favorite champions. And Hecarim looks like he's just going to take a wolf start. No camp start per Irla, actually, so a slight XP disparity going to be happening because of that. Now, this is a kind of strange thing. I'm not quite sure if the Irla will do this, but what she can do is bottle up the minions, right? And you can make them concave onto your first minion to get the wave pushing towards you and kind of soften the blow of this XP advantage, but...
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's going to be going
in that
for
push. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a normal push. Red side, actually, I believe, natural pushes. No, it'll actually be blue side pushing, but yeah, small XP advantage for Hecarim. Be a little bit difficult for ES Valor.
Yeah, Hecarim just picking up the wolf camp. Bot lane, very neutral trades right now. We'll see what happens when the supports get their levels on them. It's all about if Annie is going to try to exert more pressure than the Raka can for Vayne. You know, if you're focusing everything on Vayne, the Raka's going to heal up very easily, but it looks like Bronze 5 style taking a lot of early damage.
Yeah, Raka actually starting Q instead of W. I mean, a little bit aggressive, actually, going for those Qs, and she's going to get stunned up, actually. I mean, quite questionable positioning in that bot lane. She's going to be able to get out of that.
Yeah, she actually did start Spell Thief's Edge as well. Looks like she's actually going to try to be a more damage-oriented Raka right now.
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive than we initially thought. And looks like she's going to be missing quite a bit of these Qs, so pretty punishing. As you see Vayne trying to play frontline, there it is, the knock-up onto Annie, 3 flashes, and that is going to be a secured kill. Yeah, Bronze 5 style.
First blood for who is this? That's definitely not the person you want to be giving it to, but in this situation, Enigma definitely didn't have the decision. So great pickup. Rek'Sai knowing that side of the jungle is his to gank.
Yeah, and I mean, really, really great awareness right there by Humu. I mean, Ashe Annie is such a vulnerable lane. No movement abilities for either of those champions, so just really great awareness to punish that and clean gank pathing.
Yeah, very great gank pathing. You see in the top lane, basically everything's even, but oh, my bad, I didn't change the character portraits around. I thought Hecarim had a hunter's machete, but he definitely does not have that. I'll get this fixed up for you guys right now. Thank you.
As we see Zac heading to the top lane, he's going to queue up that E, but Hecarim, ooh, nice sidestep right there on the Zac.
Yep.
Sling, I believe it is called. Elastic slingshot.
Yeah, getting some stats into the chat. Blue side is the #1 seed, Bronze 5 style, and red side, Enigma, is the #9 seed, but it doesn't seem like they're #9 seed. They had a very convincing game last game.
Yeah, very convincing.
Ashe going to come up the bot lane, but Rocket to come in just very easily, going to heal it up. All the focus on Vayne, it's completely negligible. You see that just one heal, she goes back to full HP. It's kind of
basically playing into the hand of a Bronze 5 style, because you can allow this Vayne to nearly be a front line in this bot lane. With Rocket just staying safe, you know, the heals will be coming through. And sorry about that, a little bit of typing as we see the bot lane scrap continue. The extended engagement. A lot of damage actually going down on Annie. Pretty even trades.
Yep, I mean, I've seen this this similar sort of scrap in the bot lane, but the more and more they focus Vayne, the more they get behind because of the HP that gets regen.
Yeah.
But still, though, Raka without the coin, she's not going to be getting HP from minions. She has to land that Q to get her HP back.
Yeah, very reliant to land that Q, so See if she will be able to do that as we see Rek'Sai with another bot lane gank. No flash on this Annie. Chilling Smite gonna come down, but the stun will get her out of there.
Yeah, send Rek'Sai packing. Looks like Zach's gonna equal some pressure there. They're both down on bot side. Doesn't look like either of them want to go
Oh,
for
wow,
it.
and look at that. So after that first blood, a very interesting pink ward line that we have set up for Enigma. Just really trying to keep that bot lane safe from the flanks. As we see Ahri with a slight roam. Possible cheese right here with a bush wait. Looking for that Rek'Sai as the pings come down onto Wraith Camp. Ahri's going to ult over. Charm hits. Ignite hasn't been dropped yet. Oh, and ulti actually going in the wrong direction. She does have Ignite up. Ignite is going to be dropped, and there's a return kill for Enigma eSports.
Yeah, that was a great scouting by Ahri and Zach. They go in like a tag team, and you know, Ahri goes in first. Zach stays in the back just to make sure he has no way to get out. If Zach wasn't there, that definitely would have been an escape. But
yeah, I mean, like really good decision making though to notice where that Rek'Sai was and take advantage of that pathing right there. As we see Zach sitting in this bot side push. Oh, Vayne actually going to go aggressive. Drops claims. There's a kill onto the Annie. Is she going to be able to clean up this Ashe? No, she will not.
It looks like just a 1-for-1 trade. Zach very clever staying in that bot lane bush when his ADC and support very low HP, kind of baiting out the Vayne, but she still does get a kill. You know, smart taking the cleanse. She has many things to cleanse.
Yeah,
It could go from Ashe Arrow to Annie Stun to simple things like Ashe Slow. You know,
yeah.
Plenty of options.
And I mean, as we look across the board here, really, Bronze 5 style really showing us why they're the #1 seed in this tournament. I mean, CS up in nearly every single lane, and you know, some pretty clean play from them so far as this Hecarim takes a nice advantage on this Irelia.
Yeah, a ton of pressure in the mid lane as well for Bronze 5 style. The Victor is notorious for his matchup versus Ahri. There's a point where his laser and ultimate does too much damage for Ahri to handle. If she doesn't get the charm, she will never win a 1v1.
Yeah.
So she has to be afraid hitting these level 7 areas, because that's when he upgrades his laser and will have that second burst of damage coming from that as well.
And with Victor always pushing up these waves, you know, I mean, not a lot of roaming options for this Ahri while this Victor persists. So, you know, the pressure is really going to be on these side lanes to make the plays themselves. And with the current, you know, state of this game, it doesn't look like that's going to be an option for Enigma.
Yeah, definitely not. But I mean, in the top lane, this Irelia definitely getting out pressured in lane. There's been no jungle pressure top, but she has been on the downside of.
Oh, and look at this. We actually see Hecarim waiting in base for a home guard teleport possible. He's going to head back, still looking for it.
And it looks like he's just going to be going back to lane.
Yeah, he's just going to head up top. Actually, he was waiting for a longsword instead, so not really the wards that they want for that home guard flank, but no reason to use that teleport yet. Still could get that for a possible early dragon.
Yep. I still got to give it to Enigma, though. Very clever pink ward setting, just completely shutting down that Rek'Sai from ganking the bot lane. It's nearly impossible to get a successful gank versus Ashe and Annie from the river. It's just very difficult.
Yeah, a lot of upfront slows and stuns that they have if you are in front of them. So definitely going to need a flank if he wants to get a gank off. And with those pink wards, it's going to be pretty difficult to find that angle again. So just kind of farming it out right now. And not looking for too many ganks on this Rek'Sai. As he is actually going warrior Rek'Sai too. Pretty interesting. We don't see that too much nowadays.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, he is also... he is actually ahead of Zach right now. Let me see. Slightly behind Zach, actually, in gold, but they're basically even. Along with the bot lane, Vayne has her cutlass and a dagger on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be doing a good amount of damage.
She's also a level up on this.
Looks like Rek'Sai coming back around. He doesn't even.
The pings. Is there a flash? Yeah, both of them have flash right now. Is the focus actually going to go down on the Rek'Sai? Ignite is dropped. There's the rock ultimate. Going to negate that damage. And, oh, is the stun going to come onto Annie? It will not. So, pretty dangerous game that both these teams are playing as we see B-Rabbit coming in with that roam. He has ultimate. Ignite is also up, but not going to decide to pull that trigger. He's just going to back off.
Maybe going around when... Oh,
Charm is going to miss. Yeah. So he's going to back up after that. Go catch that wave mid as Victor is putting more pressure. He actually has quite a bit of chip damage as he looks for the interception right here. Very smart play by Buttertub right here. He's looking to zone her off that minion wave, and with that little tiny movement, he's going to deny about 6 minions from her. So really clean play by Buttertub right there.
Yeah, definitely very smart. That's a pretty classic move from the mid lane. If you see a mid lane roaming, you sit in that bush. He knew it wasn't warded either, but yeah, very smart by him. In the top lane, you see the scrap going back and forth. Irla coming back a little bit, still pretty behind in CS. Not getting that pressure down, but we'll see what happens in these mid-game fights because both teams still have not gone for Dragon, haven't really set up much for it except for a few wards to possibly deny the other jungler from taking that by themselves. But regardless, still just a lot of lane pressure from Bronze 5 style. They definitely showing us why they're #1 seed.
Oh wow, we see a flash from Victor. There's the ultimate, and that is one dead Ahri. Just a full spell rotation. Gonna be able to clean her up, and pretty decisive play right there from Buttertub, picking up those early Sork boots too, so doing quite a bit of damage to this Ahri.
Yep, Ahri definitely not respecting the Victor damage, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Victor has not even upgraded his. Wait, has he?
Yeah, he has one augment on his hex score, and that's the
okay.
Death Ray.
Yes, he already has that augmented, and he has a Sork boots. Like, Ahri cannot miss anything. And even, I mean, that was just a mistake by her walking straight into the laser. Victor didn't even need to flash, but it was still a very clean kill by Buttertub. Great job to him. Third Eye looking for a gank in the mid lane, but it's warded. He knows.
Yeah, and with both summoners used from that Victor.
Engage in the bot lane. Both TPs coming down.
TPs from both teams, and one's going to get canceled. Hecarim coming in with that home guard. Huge ultimate on the Ashe, but not deciding to drop the Ignite. Not quite sure.
There's a lot of... Annie actually still has Tibbers. She, there's a lot of turnaround. Oh, wait, no, she used Tibbers, but...
Oh, wow, so a little bit weird that he didn't use Ignite right there, but still a finished TP, and Irla's going to be able to push in a few waves because of that and catch up in CS again. But, I mean, as we were talking about right before that engagement started, with Victor using both summoners for that play, it'll really be up to him to stay safe in that duration of flash cooldown to not get ganked, basically. With all the gap closes that this Ahri has. Also, speaking about Ahri, I mean, Luden's Echo first. Pretty interesting build coming out from her.
This has been the pretty classic build from most professional Ahri players right now. Just preferring that upfront burst damage that Luden's gives you. There's not many extremely viable items on Ahri. I've seen a lot of interesting build paths in the past.
Oh, and the Charm's going to hit. She's going to drop Ignite too. There's the first ultimate stack. She's just going to go all the way around, drop some autos, misses the Q, but will be enough to clean that up. And B-Rabbit showing why he's a playmaker on this team, just picking up a solo kill. Great job.
Yeah, that was very good by him.
On Rek'Sai looking like he wants something, but not much to do there with Warrior. He's quite squishy. And there's an early Dragon call from Enigma eSports, so this game actually getting quite good as we see another Charm hitting the mid lane. Humu.
Yeah, Rek'Sai very, very low. There's no chance that he can go for this Dragon. Very free for Enigma. But that saying, just from laning phase alone, Bloodbath and Beyond has picked themselves up nearly a 2k gold lead. Just from
wow. Quite the CS. Oh my lord. Okay, so we actually look into this bot lane. That is a 50 CS lead for this Vayne, and I mean with how these lanes or with how this draft made these lanes go. I mean, we expected the Annie Ashe to be bullying this Vayne post 6, but Bronze 5 style really finding their niche and just working it right now. Great advantage in that ball lane, and that's nearly all of that gold lead actually. If we take a look at the gold between the ball lanes, Gate gonna work top.
I didn't catch that, but
Yeah.
it seems pretty self-explanatory. Hecarim still had his ulti though. Not sure what happened there, but Humo gonna go to the top lane, clear up that wave 4 bloodbath and beyond.
Yeah, and looks like they're trying to get a kill right here in the mid lane, but not going to find the charm that they want. And I mean, now, I mean, the pressure is on for Enigma eSports. How are they going to deal with this 145 farm Vayne in this mid game? I mean, so strong right now. It'd be quite the task for them, as we see Ari actually roaming into the ball. And there's the arrow onto Soraka. Ulti going to get popped, charm going to hit a minion, but they're going to continue to pile forward. And the flash from Vayne's going to get her off safely.
Yeah, the Ash Arrow, always a great initiation. It's just you. If it's that close to you, you're not going to be able to get away from it unless you're, you know, Wild Turtle or something like that. But who is this?
Oh my gosh, and who is this? Going to take a lot of damage, popping cleanse for the Ash Flow, but not going to...
Getting hit. Yeah, he's getting hit by both rotations of REQ. Not too sure why.
Clean play by B-Rabbit this game, wow.
Yeah, B-Rabbit is Orianna play, fantastic. Just showing us another champion that he knows what to do on, but because of that roam, he's going to lose the mid turret in trading for the bot turret as well. But
yeah. It looks like with that roam, that's going to nearly even up the gold lead. Now a 600 deficit in this game, so pretty even mid game.
I see some more stats coming into the chat. Enigma is quite lower in ranking than their counterparts Bron 5 style, but that still doesn't derive from the fact that they're a very organized team. They are very good at team fights, especially with, I mean, even with the Ashe 50 CS down, you see exactly what one arrow does, and you see Ashe actually defaulting back to I'll hold on that as there's a three-man dive top.
Three-man dive top onto this Irola, and Buttertub's just going to pick that one up with his second proc of Q. But yeah, I mean, as you were saying, Enigma just a very well-rounded team here with some great communication. And we saw that in the last game too, with their vision manipulation, with their roaming, and a lot of their shot calling, just very clean team play from Enigma. But on the side of Bronze 5 style, just the solo play is definitely where they shine, and Ashe is going to get dropped on Soraka, but questionable decision right there. Is Vayne going to walk up and punish that? Looks like she's going to go in, ulti going to get dropped, and not much he can do right there.
Yeah, it's the 1v1 trades for Ashe versus Vayne, that's not going to be, it's extremely landslide for Vayne, especially when she doesn't respect.
Not quite sure if you saw that, but Hecarim actually forced to TP out in the top lane. Didn't feel like he could get that back off in time, so that's going to be down for this next Dragon, which is up in a minute 50, which is a pretty good advantage for Enigma. Hecarim really relies on that teleport to start off these fights, so maybe opening up a little bit more of an option as we see this pressure in the ball lane. Is this a tier 2 turret gonna go down? And see Tibbers get dropped, yeah.
That's pretty. That's a lot of resources used. Actually, the anti-Tibbers is a very important thing.
As we see the flash charm, but it is gonna miss. Rocka's gonna flash that.
Yeah, just the flash trade. That's always gonna be. I don't know if that's necessarily worth, but I guess it is great to have the flash down for Rocka, so the next engage opportunity will be there. But
and with how close this game has basically become over the past few minutes, this Dragon fight is going to be a big moment for both of these teams. We'll see how they decide to force this. Triforce is completed onto that Hecarim alongside the Irolez Triforce. Victor picking up Zanya's before that too, so he's quite strong. Vayne sitting on an Aberus, so... Oh, actually, a Bork into Last Whisper for Vayne.
Interesting pickup. Definitely unconventional, but I do like the concept. Probably just looking to get that Hecarim down as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Looks like Hecarim has...
the Irola.
I mean, yes, the Irola.
Oh, and here we see an engagement. Looks like Arrow is going to hit on Hecarim. Zac ulti going to be popped. Flash is going to be forced. And I mean, back to that Last Whisper, if we look at the build, I mean, not a single armor item has been bought in this game. So, yeah, a little bit strange. 2,300 gold kind of sunk into 40 attack damage. So
I know.
As abysmal as that item buy can get, but
I know exactly what happened.
oh, as we see an ulti going to Raka, and there's that communication coming in from Enigma. Very clean bush hide right there.
Yeah, Ari definitely happy to blow Flash at any time because her ulti will be up so very, very often. Keeping that Raka down, but they're going for this dragon right now. It looks like Bronze Hostile trying to contest this, but I'm not sure if they have what it takes.
Oh wow, and a lot of tank. Oh, and a big Hecarim ulti gonna hit. Irla immediately gonna get focused out. Vayne pretty low threat right now in this side. When she's gonna go forward, going for the Ashe, popping.
Wow! Oh my!
Big Chaos Storm from Victor. There's a triple kill from the Vayne, and looks like they're just gonna clean that up. 4 for 1 on the side of
That looked very bleak for Bronze 5 style up until Raka respawns and instantly drops that ulti for the Vayne to live, and the Victor coming in from the side got that enormous ulti. Very well played
really
by Bronze 5 style.
Storm. And I mean, talk about the awareness of this Vayne right now, tumbling into 4 members of Enigma eSports and making it out right there by the skin of her teeth. Really interesting play.
It just shows complete trust in her team. She knew. She definitely knew that Raka would have her back. She had ulti. I guess I can guarantee in the comms they were talking about that, but
screaming for that Raka ulti right there. And
that just evens up the dragons for each team. Each team has 4 towers to each other's names as well. But interesting enough, the laning phase is it's ending, but it also pushed the gold lead up. As you see in the mid lane, Raka.
Oh wow, a Tron gonna hit, and B-Rabbit, the playmaker for this team. I mean, I'm expecting a lot more bans coming at this guy if they continue on through this tournament, because the 5-1 Ari definitely putting them in a good place this game. But can he deal with this 6-2 Vayne? That is the next question for the Enigma eSports lineup, as we see a roam into the mid lane. Hecarim gonna pop that E, but not find what he's looking for.
Yeah, definitely not. Just walking in there. Not gonna get much. He's just gonna back right now. Probably pick up. I'm not too sure what he's looking for. I'm guessing Spirit Visage.
Oh, there's a Spectre's Cowl. Pretty smart pickup with the MR damage coming from the Zac, Annie, and Ari.
Yep. And I mean, interesting enough, we've been haven't been talking about this top lane too much, but Irla has had a lot of time to herself. She's gotten up her Triforce, her Merc Tread. She's nearly 10 farm up on Hecarim now, so we'll see if she's going to be able to utilize that in these next fights. There's not too many objectives to take, I guess. I mean, all outer turrets are down. Looks like they may be just wanting to group up. Ashe has no Infinity Edge right now. Opted into that BT.
Yeah, and I mean, with all outer turrets down too, it's not much really to get in the mid game. So we might possibly be seeing a pick around the Ashe Arrow coming in the near future. But besides that, both teams probably going to be waiting for this next dragon, or even the potential opportunity to siege. We'll see how this develops as they push on. Decap is completed for Ari, so quite a big spike on her if she can land those abilities this next team fight.
Yep, Vayne actually completing Static Shiv now. It's I guess it was just a simple build order change. Last Whisper probably had 2,300 gold and looked pretty juicy. That's happened to it's happened to me.
Yeah, we've all had that feeling where we're trying to build some other item, but we just have the perfect amount of gold for something else. But I mean, I guess the next move here looks like a Baron bait possibly for the side of Bronze 5 style. Are they gonna start it up? It looks like they're looming around the area. Hecarim waiting in base right now for that home guard teleport, so they're definitely trying to get a pick right here to start that Baron up. Where are the wards though? I mean, we have a ward on the red side bush. The top red side bush.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Hecarim TP.
It doesn't look like either team is really looking for an engage right now. Ashe just backed. She just picked up her Infinity Edge, so she'll be. I mean, Phantom Dancer. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
She picked up Phantom Dancer. It's a lot lower damage build
Oh, and there we see that ward go down for Hecarim. So more TP wards.
Looks like
to be placed.
looks like.
Oh, and B-Rabbit gonna get the charm over the wall.
The Rocket
sitting on a ward
just sitting right on the ward.
Oh, and look at this. Actually, Valor gonna head into that bot side and start the split push. So really intelligent map movements here by Enigma eSports. Gonna start that 4-1 split as they recognize the Baron pressure as Humu just gonna get jumped on. Another charm is gonna hit. Ignite's gonna get dropped from the reveal on Vayne. Here comes that Hecarim big ultimate onto Annie, but he's just gonna get peeled off right there. And there's the TP and a 2-for-0 trade so far.
Yeah, the Irla in the bot lane going down there to split push, very smart idea when she has TP up along with the Hecarim. So she can match that pressure, especially when they're going into a fight, Bronze 5 style going into a fight, a man down. And honestly, their team fight is very abysmal without the Rocket. She has to be there to keep everyone topped off in their HP, but she just not playing smart. She definitely needs to be. And I mean,
B-Rabbit this game, what a playmaker, man. I mean, really setting up everything that Enigma eSports needs right now with all these charms that he's hitting. I mean, there's some great picks coming out of him. And, it looks like the engagement's going to come. Humu going to get that E over the wall. A big flash knock up onto 3 people. Vayne doesn't have ultimate, he's gonna flash for the auto, gonna get it. Victor Chaos Storm is gonna clean up. Big Death Ray is gonna come. Knight's gonna pop that Zac passive, and that could possibly be the Baron for Bronze 5 style. Yeah, just Enigma eSports just waiting a little bit too long, trying to go a little too ham for that top turret.
Yeah, it's when you have that advantage, you have a couple options. You know, you could go for that tier 2 tower, or you could go for that Baron, or you could simply just back. And Rek'Sai with his ulti up always can flank you from the behind, and that's what happened. The flash knockup set it up perfectly. The Vayne flash as well. Very, very smart by them to get that.
Yeah, and it looks like since they do have that Dragon Timer, they're just gonna, well, I guess everybody has Dragon Timer now, but I mean, it looks like they're just gonna go right off Baron right into that Dragon. They're quite strong with that Baron buff. And, yeah, it doesn't look like Enigma wants to engage on this, so we have a little bit of time to talk about the build orders, which we haven't. So some really interesting support itemization actually coming from both these teams right now. We actually have a Twin Shadows picked up for Raka right after her CDR boot, so looking to chase people down. And I mean, on the side of Annie, a Glacial Shroud actually not going for the very popular Righteous Glory first, which I mean, is really one of the biggest synergies with her kit in the game right now, so hindering her ability to be an engage option in this game. And with the Amp Tome, I mean, it makes you wonder, you know, is she going to be building that into a not a Seeker's Arm Guard, a Frozen Fist? Would be quite questionable, but
there is no way. There is I mean, it's in theory you could put it down the previous Annie with her long attack range, but they definitely nerfed that.
I mean, if she went for the Glacial Shroud, there's no holding this Annie back from building it, so let's see if she wants to go all the way with that one.
It may have been a misclick as well. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Frozen Heart, not the worst item right now, but Annie, I mean, just so much synergy with the Righteous Glory. Is not the best pickup to not be getting that in this mid-game, but Zac is a pretty good initiation tool, so they won't be hurting too hard from that.
There's actually a lot of build order differences now. You see how Ari went for that Rune's Echo first, got the decap, and then just picked up a Morellonomicon.
Oh wow, third item Morellonomicon. Pretty uncommon, but wants to get that CDR eventually, so.
Yeah, I mean, you see in the top lane as well, she's the Irla going for the Bork.
Bork second. Or actually, she's just going to be sitting on the build, so looking for a little bit more CC and a little bit more burst potential from that.
Ash going
forward. Arrow is going to be flashed by Huffalumps, but
man, it definitely doesn't matter if you have Zanya's, if you are charmed. If you die within that next 1.5 seconds, then you are done. You're dead. I'm guessing it might have been down, but I'm pretty sure the charm time was enough for Ari to instantly take out the Victor.
That one up, yeah. And I mean, the arrow nearly caused collateral damage on that rocket, but she was able to flash out of that one and get out as we see pings go on to the top turret. Oh my god, who is this? Looking for the cheese. Huge crit onto the Annie. Gonna get about 800 damage as he goes forward into 2 members, actually. Kun's gonna be dropped.
Oh,
coming in. Will it be enough? The exhaust goes down. And
see, that is the power.
He tumbles the charm. Is it going to be enough? There is a triple kill, a double kill actually for the Who Is This Vayne.
Yeah, this is what I was hyping up in Champ Select. Who is this? Very good at Vayne. She just picked up Infinity Edge. That is when the real carry damage of Vayne comes through. Very impressive moves. But I have to give it to Raka as well for keeping her topped off with that HP. Otherwise, I can guarantee that she would have gone down tumbling into that Ashe.
Yeah, but I mean, great knowing her limits right there alongside that Raka to continue to be nearly in melee range right there for most of that engagement. We see the flash Hurla Q gonna take out Raka, but the Chaos Thorn gonna clean that up. Double Tibbers go down on the Vayne. Ignite also drop, and Annie just gonna flash out of that one. Ashe is spawning.
Yeah, it looks like Rek'Sai gone a little too deep for this right now.
Arrow's gonna come down. Is it gonna hit Ashe? No, it will not. I mean, Vayne. Zach gonna go down because of that. The slow will not hit Vayne, but it is gonna hit Victor. Victor most likely gonna be going down if they decide to chase. Hecarim coming in with that TP. He's gonna miss on Ashe, and it'll be the end of that engagement.
Yeah, definitely an end of that. We gotta see what Vayne is gonna be looking at for a final item. Will it be a defensive or will it be that BT?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, at 13-2, a BT could nearly end this game with the over 1k damage crits that would be coming out. And the curiosity about the Annie build, actually, so it was the new item, guys. So our bad on this, you know, not up to date enough with the support itemization.
I definitely haven't seen that much.
Yeah,
I'm not
quite sure the power of it, so be interesting to see how it does.
I'm reading the stats right now. It's kind of interesting. What
I'm doing the same. I'm not quite sure. So it's kind of like a static shiv for the ADC.
Yeah, but it gives AP and critical strike chance. That's interesting.
It does give crit chance too. So increasing Ashe's DPS because of that will be pretty nice in these fights. And Dragon up in 50 seconds. It looks like Enigma eSports going to take that scuttle for a possible engage option.
Yeah, Victor has his Luden's Echo finished right now, so he's getting the word advantage. But you have to be careful of this, Ari. That charm nearly hit him.
Yeah, if that charm were to hit, that could have been a free Dragon for Enigma. But with it missing, you know, team fight's looking pretty hopeful here for Bronze 5 style.
Yeah, I mean, see, 5th item, Banshee's Veil for Vayne, I also think that is a very, very smart pick.
Yeah.
The longer the fight, the longer Vayne lives, I must say, the longer, the more landslide it will be.
Yeah.
For Bronze 5 style. I mean, you already see the 1v3 coming into a 2v3 with the Raka, but...
Yeah. And I mean, if we think about the win condition that Enigma eSports has really been working this game is exactly that, what I was going to talk about, and another arrow actually is going to land on the Vayne. But great repositioning right there. She is going to go down in the end. Is she not going to die? And who is this? Who is this
dude?
Yeah.
Wow, that is...
eating nearly every ability and living through it, I am sure...
She went down to 5 HP. She went down to 5 HP, dude.
Yeah, that... Wow. Wow.
Just wow. She was in the middle of 4 people again.
She got hit by arrow. She ate, she ate charm, full Ari combo into ignite, eats the arrow immediately after, and then lives through it. That is just... That's craziness. That's madness, guys. It's a madness game, crazy game. And it looks like Bronze 5 style is going to be walking to Baron after that one, but Enigma eSports is wise to this, so they are going to be home guarding their way towards that objective.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this should be a free Baron as well, unless Enigma gets there quick enough.
Enigma has something to say about it. Does Annie have flash? No flash on Annie, but
Ari's going
up, and whoa, with a big play into the Baron pit. not going to be able to steal it.
Oh.
Not get a pick yet. Victor pretty low. She can steal it with the second proc at Q, but not much else for them to get. And still a one trade there for Bronze 5 style.
Oh yeah, okay. I will give a ton of credit to this Rocka. She is making these Vayne plays possible.
Yeah.
So shouts out to the Rocka.
Shouts out to Rocka, and as Leo will said in chat, Reddit please. Yes, somebody get that play on Reddit because that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Pretty much as crazy as it gets. As we see Rek'Sai trying to go in for that Dragon Steal.
Wow.
He's not going to get it, but the tunnels will arrow be enough.
Oh, and the Flash Rocka heal.
The Flash heal.
All right, you know what? This Rocka really making me a believer right now.
Vayne is going to split the top turret too on top
Oh,
of that. You see Ari going to home run in. Banshee Veil popped with Irelet. Ari has no ult and will the charm hit. And we see the condemn away. She's pretty low.
No way.
Wow. Okay, so she tumbled the Q right there. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. Tumbled the Ari Q actually, and was able to clean that one up. So.
Yep. Who is
as
this?
we see Victor in all chat talking about this Vayne, quite the carry right now, and definitely expecting some Vayne bans coming out in these future series.
I mean, I don't really know if you can really ban out who is this though. Yeah, I guess the Vayne is gonna have to be a priority ban, but
yeah,
I'm guessing there's a lot of other picks that he has in store. With that last play though, they're gonna be taking this game home. They're gonna be going to the next matchup, which we will have for you guys very soon.
Yeah, and there's
Bronze 5 style picking up the victory.
GG. Great game right there.
Very fucking great game.
Yeah, so we'll be getting into that next match soon for you guys. We're gonna go into a little bit of downtime, so stay tuned.
Yeah, thank you guys.
on stream right now. We're still
Alright. Yep. The music's still playing in the background. Alright, I'm gonna tell them to start.
go.
Alright, everybody, getting in the next game here. As soon as we get into Champion Select. The matchup is Bronze 5 Style and Team Teddy Bears.
Yeah, should be pretty good. I mean, from what we saw from Bronze 5 Style last game, definitely an interesting team to say the least. With their play style on that vein. So we'll see if that is banned out against them in this game. And yeah, so here we go. Champ Select. Ash is going to be the first ban. Probably another target ban to the ADC on the side of, what was the team? Is actually do not know the name of that other team, guys.
Oh, the other team is Team Teddy Bears.
Team Teddy Bears, okay.
Pretty easy to remember. Bronze 5 Style versus Team Teddy Bears. Ash ban, probably a snipe away. They did have a little trouble with it last game, but it was no match to the amazing tumbles of Who is this?
Who is this? Yeah, definitely living up to his name, though, with that last Vayne game. And the Whisper mic is back, so I don't know, man. Oh, that was actually my fault this time. Yeah, so my bad, guys. We should be doing okay now, though, I believe. Just give me the go-ahead in chat if everything is sounding all right. But yeah, I mean, as we get back into this Champ Select, we see a Draven ban also, so a lot of priority onto the ADC and a brand, too. That's probably definitely a snipe. Brand, not the most. I'm kidding. No worries. Yeah, so we're good. Audio's back and fine. We also see a Kog'Maw ban. Pretty unconventional ban so far. Alistar still open alongside Sivir. I am actually extremely sorry for my audio mishaps.
Amazing. Amazing.
So there's a Maokai ban too, so
and
first pick. Definitely a strong decision to make that. We'll see if they decide to pull out with the Soraka again.
Yeah, there's plenty of supports that go with Vayne. They may choose to go with the Janna this time. That is arguably the greatest support that pairs with Vayne right now. But we'll see what Team Teddy Bears can respond to this with. Maybe the Janna takeaway, and maybe
a Annie mid right here. This could be so. A pretty good way to deal with that Vayne. Just flash Tibbers into the 0 counterplay, and it works out quite nicely.
That will be 100% mid lane Annie. Rek'Sai pickup as well.
Rek'Sai, yeah. So Bronze 5 Style just kind of defaulting back into that composition that they had last game. We'll see if they decide to go all the way with it and pick up that Hecarim and Soraka and even possibly that Victor again. Victor does all right into Annie, but not the best matchup.
Yeah, there's a lot that Annie brings to the table. To mid laners, most mid laners aren't capable of doing anything to the straight up burst, but they can choose a supportive style mid laner like a Lulu or anything like that with heavy shielding, possibly Orianna as well. But they do pick up the Nautilus. It's just power picks all the way for both of these teams.
Picking Jinx into that would be pretty risky because Nautilus is very, very good at capitalizing on these low mobility ADCs, but Janna gonna try to help him get out of that with the disengage potential. Grog is also a very solid jungler pickup now that Rek'Sai has been locked away. The one of the next best things that you can get in the jungle. So.
Yeah, the Grog is great pickup. Yeah, looks like Team Teddy Bears definitely impressing me with the way that they got through this pick ban so far.
And here's the big question though, Huffalumps, is he coming through with that Soraka? I mean, the fan favorite, will it happen? It is on the table, not banned out this game, so. And with the summoners on the side of Bloodbath, it looks like that Hecarim might be the option again. His Galio is hovered. That's probably not going to happen.
Hey man, it's always up there. It's always it's always a possibility, just like any other champion, but There's plenty of other power picks on the table. Looks like those would be pretty. Actually, that is actually very interesting that I see the Fizz come up. If he picks this, that is a great pick into the Annie. She doesn't have much to really stop Fizz from getting away from her. So her upfront burst is great. So that is a very good pickup.
Yeah, he's going to actually lock in that Fizz mid. So pretty interesting matchup, actually. Some outplay potential for Fizz if he is able to playful trickster that Tibbers. And even the Q, too. You know, a lot of choreographing, I guess you could say, for that Q. So pretty easy to dodge out the playful trickster. Good matchup that he able to pick with, and now we'll see what they decide to throw in this top lane on the side of Team Teddy Bear. Gnar is pretty good into the Heck Room and decently oppressive after you do get that frozen mallet.
Oh yeah.
See if they decide to go with that. Irolet also a good pickup. We saw that matchup last game, and Bloodbath Hecarim did really well against it. So we'll see if he can repeat those results.
Possibly. I mean, it is a different player going into the matchup, but Bloodbath and Beyond, very, very strong laner.
Yeah.
We see how he put the other laner in a little bit of predicament, getting pretty behind in farm early, but his teleport flanks have been on par.
Yeah, very, very good. And I mean, we'll see if Who Is This is actually going to die this game. That's another question.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that support.
Yeah, doesn't have that Soraka to make the melee range initiations with Vayne that he was doing last game. So still taking that cleanse, though. A little bit strange. Jinx does have some hard CC in lane, but
I'm guessing
not quite as convincing as taking it against Ashe, I would say.
Mostly, I have to say it's only for the Annie right now.
Yeah.
I mean, she Who Is This put work into the Vayne last game. You saw the 2v1 at that top inhib where she used the cleanse for Irola stun nearly immediately. We're going to get into the delay right now. While we're in this delay, I just want to throw some shouts out to Will for organizing this tournament and letting us cast it. Very, very grateful to do this
Big
for
shouts
him.
out to Will. And as you guys know, we've said this before. Sorry for the plugs, but just a lot of downtime. So we are extremely sorry. I am ES Vivek. Alongside me is ES Atlas, and we are casting today. And if you do enjoy our voices, our content, us in general, you can check us out at twitch.tv extremely sorry. We will be streaming some ranked 5s tonight, so come check that out after the tournament. And yeah, so I mean, talking more about this draft, the cleanse will be the lock-in for Vayne. So they did go into game with it. That will be the take. And with Annie in the mid lane, I don't know if she's really going to be getting much use out of that for a while. So maybe a possible lane disadvantage, actually, on the side of Bronze 5 style.
Yep. I mean, there's always that potential, though. Whenever Annie has Flash at the 40-minute mark, she always has the potential to a one-shot, but it's who she's going to one-shot, because nobody on the side of Bronze 5 style is really one-shottable except for the Vayne, but she also has Cleanse, so it's going to be interesting the way that she uses it. I think that the style is going to be more of a backline. Okay. Here.
You okay? What's
Hey, I'm just messing around with my mic volume right now.
Yeah. And talking more like the Nautilus, right? He also took Exhaust in the bot lane, so not the strongest summoner in my opinion on Nautilus. He does have a lot of kill potential with Ignite. So
yeah, I definitely agree.
I don't know how this lane's gonna turn out for Bronze 5 style, because with the summoner choices of this Vayne and Nautilus definitely hindering their kill potential onto this very, very vulnerable Jinx. So we'll see if Team Teddy Bear can possibly abuse that.
And while we're still in the waiting period, I'm going to say, everyone, make sure to check us out on social media. We have the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube